I wanted to be famous and I wanted to be on stage singing. So as a young kid, I would perform in front of anybody. Like my family would just have me perform for anybody. I was 3 years old dancing and dancing and dancing. So I was just an energetic little kid. It was like a dance agency, and I would go and they would look for kids that were mixed, that wanted to dance and sing. And I did a Skechers commercial. I did a McDonald's commercial.
How old were you at this point?
Like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
I was young. And then my mom and we got on the train and the bus, and by the time we got back, they called us. My manager called me and said, you made the group. You're the first one in the group. And I was like 11 years old. And then, yeah, that's really where my dream started. Yeah, for 1 year. We opened up for Justin Bieber, Backstreet Boys, Janet Jackson, of course Scherzinger, Jason Derulo. I'm trying to think of everybody. Yeah, it's just so many people.
This is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk Talk. Today I'm here with Princeton Perez.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to be here. I watched all of your interviews. So
thank you.
That is mine now.
So you're originally born in Downey?
Yeah, Downey. It's by Long Beach. That's where I'm from, and my mom's side of the families are from Mexico. So.
So when did they move here, or when did she move here?
She moved out here, I want to say, well, my nana and papa have 10 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so I want to say when they were like 4 kids in, they moved out here. And then I'm the first grandchild.
Wow, for their jobs or?
What was that?
They moved here for work or?
Yeah, they moved out here for work, and now my whole family's out here. I have 27 cousins, younger cousins. Yeah, I have a huge Mexican family.
Oh my god, I love that. Cool. What kind of careers are your parents in, or when you were growing up?
My dad was a DJ in New York.
Oh wow.
And my mom was like a promoter, which is how they met. But now my mom is a pediatric nurse. So, I mean, as a kid, I wasn't able to like fake being sick, because my mom was like on that shit. She knew exactly if I was sick or not. But I've always wanted to do music though when I was like 3 years old. So they knew that I wanted to do this. You know. What
was your dad DJing? Like
my dad was in. So basically, back in the day, it was this crew, like the hip hop crew would Run DMC, and they had different DJs, and he would basically do like hip hop. One of his songs was like the first ever hip hop DJ songs to play on the radio.
No way.
Yeah.
So he knew all those people back in the day.
He knows all those people. Yeah. So even now, when I meet certain people and I tell them who my dad is, they kind of go, oh. And they always tell me stories about how they were in the club partying and just different things. So,
oh my gosh, that's insane.
My dad thinks he credits why I have a rhythm, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Where were they playing the house?
They would play. My mom played a lot of like salsa music, right?
Yeah.
But I have these 2 aunts that all they played was like rock punk music, like the Misfits and the Ramones. And so for like a little young age, I thought I was gonna be like a rock star, like Prince. That's how I really wanted to be. Yeah. You know, so it was a mixture between like salsa music and rock music.
And how would you describe your personality back then growing up?
ADHD. ADHD with a little bit of I don't know. I was just a wild kid, you know. I wanted to be famous and I wanted to be on stage singing. So as a young kid, I would perform in front of anybody. Like my family would just have me perform for anybody. I was 3 years old dancing and dancing and dancing. So I was just an energetic little kid, you know?
Yeah. And then, did you like school though?
No. I was really like a little bullied in school, but it wasn't until I got into 6th grade I started becoming homeschooled.
Oh.
So I was homeschooled all the way up till I graduated. So I never went to high school or middle school, or I didn't do any of that. I was homeschooled. And I like that.
And then were you already performing at a young age, like outside of your family, or?
Yeah, I was going out on auditions. I would like like 6 years old, I would go and audition for like McDonald's commercials, Gap commercials.
So what was that? Like, was it modeling or what was it essentially?
It was like a dance agency, and I would go and they would look for kids that were mixed, that wanted to dance and sing, and I did a Skechers commercial, I did a McDonald's commercial.
How old were you at this point?
Like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
I was young, and it wasn't until I want to say I was 8 years old, I went to this dance studio called Debbie Allen Dance Studio, and I auditioned, and they gave me a free scholarship there.
Oh,
and
wow.
when I was there, I was casted in my first music video for Gym Class Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little Cupid. You have to look it up. It's pretty hilarious. And that's where like my career started. I was like 10 years old.
And when you were doing all these commercials, was your mom like accompanying you, or?
Yeah, and the hard part about it.
So she took time off work, or how was it?
Yeah, she took time off work, or you know, like I said, I have like all these aunts and uncles.
Oh, yeah.
They would always drive me to auditions, and I don't know like if you're familiar with LA, but a drive from Downey to like LA is like during traffic is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we would be in traffic, taking the train, taking the bus. Yeah, and I would go out on auditions every single day. I hated it, but
Wait, you hated it?
I hate auditions, man. It was just nerve-wracking. You know, you feel like your dreams are in somebody's hands, and they can either say.
But you're
yes
the
or
one
no.
who wants to do all this, right? It wasn't your family pushing you. You just wanted to book the job.
I just wanted to work. I was like 5 years old, like, we need to pay the bills. Let's do this. And they were just like, all right, Mijo, like, chill out. But I went for it. So I don't regret it. You know, auditions is hard.
Were you aware of everything that was going on at 6, like with the camera crew? And I guess you had to be like really polite kid, you know?
I was a pretty polite kid, yeah, because my mom raised me right. But I just thought I was ready to hit the stage. I was ready to work. I was ready to rehearse. And sometimes, you know, people on set would be like, calm down, it's okay. But I was just like a hungry little kid. I wanted to work. So I didn't really listen to anybody that told me to stop, you know? Like people at school, certain family members told me, you should get a 9 to 5. I was just like, nah, I need to really follow my dreams. So yeah.
And then how about acting? Were you doing acting back then?
I didn't do as much acting. It was more like commercials and stuff.
Yeah, was that not an interest for you, acting?
At the time, no. I really wanted to be a performer. I wanted to be in a group.
Yeah.
That was my dream. I loved NSYNC. I loved Jackson 5. I loved Destiny's Child. I loved all these like dope groups that my dream was to be in a group.
Yeah.
And I got my dream.
Yeah. So what was the first step for that, for Mindless?
The first step was I went to an audition, and there was 1,000 kids, 1,000 young, like mixed urban kids, and I went in, and the audition process was a couple hours. Like I said, I hate auditioning, and this was the longest audition I've ever had to do, and I had to sing and I had to dance, and they nailed it down to about 4 guys, and they said, we're gonna call you in 2 weeks if you made the group. And then my mom and me got on the train and the bus, and by the time we got back, they called us. My manager called me and said, you made the group, you're the first one in the group. And I was like 11 years old, and then yeah, that's really where my dream started.
Yeah, so then I guess that's the time when you were homeschooled then, because you had to put all your time towards this. Yeah.
Once that happened, I started being homeschooled, and I went into artist development. And
yeah, what was that like? Like, you had to dance all the time. They restricted your diet too, right?
Yeah, it was 3 years. Me and the boys were all put in a house with our manager, which was only like 10 minutes from where I lived.
Yeah.
But every day we
actually, why did they have to put you in a house if you live so close? They just wanted you guys to bond as
They wanted us to bond, because to be a successful group, you guys have to really, you know, bond and be brothers. So we were homeschooled in that house. We went to church.
Oh my gosh.
We rehearsed maybe, I want to say 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
We were doing vocal lessons and dance lessons and media training and finding our styles. And it wasn't until our manager was like, you guys are ready. And we were recording music. We were doing everything for about 3 years until it was right.
Who was investing for all this? Because was that with the label already? Or?
No, we weren't with it. It was at the time, our manager, Keisha Gamble.
Oh, so he's just doing it out of pocket?
It's a girl.
Oh, she was a little...
It was a girl, and she actually did groups prior to that, and it was out of her. She had a vision, and we trusted her. Our parents trusted her, and she trusted us, and it was hard, but I mean, we just worked until we basically, I think after those 3 years, we went to every record label in the world and just performed for everybody. We would go to like inner school buildings and go and perform 50 times and perform before until somebody signed us.
Oh my gosh.
We would like go on Santa Monica Boulevard and perform, and we would go to restaurants and perform. Like we were like 12 years old hustling, like we were grown men. So yeah, that's how we started.
By the time that you guys were going to record labels, how many songs do you guys already have?
We only had 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had 2
So you're
songs.
just dancing non-stop for 3 years too? That's 2 songs.
To 2 songs. We also had like, we would also like perform like Chris Brown songs and Usher songs, like songs that were other artists, but we only had recorded 2 songs. And we performed those 2 songs all the way up to the end of our career, like for 7 years.
Oh my gosh, probably when you're asleep sometimes.
Oh my god, even now when I see routines, I can't help but to do the routine. I'm like, I know it so well.
Oh my god.
You know?
And was it Jimmy Iovine who found?
Yeah, Jimmy Iovine, we had auditioned for him, and he gave us a chance, and that's really where our career started. That's when we started working on the album. We had a budget now, and we started traveling the world, and then we built a fan base.
Yeah. How did they get your music out there? Were you going straight to radio or?
Yeah, well, at the time, YouTube was becoming big.
Yeah.
So we started putting a lot of our music on YouTube, and we just started getting a fan base, and before we knew it, we were like, you know, at the BT Awards performing. It was just like a 360, but all that hard work that we put into that house, you know, people saw the final product of it.
Mm-hmm. And then you were also opening for Justin Bieber.
Yeah, for 1 year. We opened up for Justin Bieber, Backstreet Boys, Janet Jackson, of course Scherzinger, Jason Derulo. I'm trying to think of everybody. Yeah, it's just so many people. So many people.
Insane. Were you starstruck at such a young age? Because these were the people you were listening to, right?
Yeah, I'm only really gotten starstruck by one artist, and it was Usher.
Oh yeah.
Usher was probably because we had studied him for so long that I just thought he was so cool. So I got starstruck when we met him, but I don't usually get starstruck. I usually get inspired. I see these other artists doing arenas, and I'm like, you know what? I'm next. We're next.
Yeah. How about your parents? Were they? I mean, I can't believe for your parents at such a young age that you were performing with all these people, and probably your aunt and uncles who are driving you all the way back and forth, like, yeah, he's finally made it.
Finally, you did something with it. They were so proud of me, and you know, my mom is really proud of me because you know she's the one that really let me do what I wanted to do. So, but it wasn't really a shock to anybody because I just told everybody at like 5 years old, like, I'm gonna be famous and successful one day.
And they're like, all right.
They're like, okay, and I'm like, okay. I was just a big mouth. I just knew what I was gonna be. So that's
Yeah. And then towards the end, it was some like record. Like you weren't really into the music industry scene, right? Or the record labels.
Like towards the end of the group.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the group, we got about 20 years old, and we just all decided to like, let's take a break. We spent all of our teen years, you know, in that house rehearsing and working for our careers. That we turned about 20 years old, and we just decided to, you know, go our separate ways. And that's when I stayed with Keisha, and I started going back into development. The same way that the group was in development, I went back into development as a solo artist, and now we're here.
Yeah. But then there was like a lot of music that you guys couldn't put out, right? Because it was the record labels deciding.
There was a lot of music that we had recorded. Probably, I want to say, over like 50 songs that the fans have never heard. They've heard little snippets here and there, but they haven't heard the full songs. But I'm just excited to put my music out now that they can hear like a full new body of work from me.
Yeah. I find the whole group thing so interesting, like how they train you. Do you think that still happens nowadays, like in 2019, that they have like kids like audition for kids come together? Because that was like 10 years ago when you started, right?
Yeah.
I feel like now it's kind of uncommon, or they get plucked from like American Idol, I guess, to form a group. But nowadays it's so rare to do it from dance training, media training, all that.
You know what? I will say that there's a lot of, I feel like artist development, because that's what you're talking about, like being artist development.
Yeah, for a group.
For a group, I don't think I have yet to see a group that's had like artist development, because you could just tell when a group has like their stuff together. They just walk in a room and they know what to do. But I don't know. I haven't yet. I know there's a lot of groups out now that I like, and I just hope that they just reach a level of success that they're happy with. you know. So
Yeah.
but we studied groups like Jackson 5 and New Edition.
Yeah,
and
I'm like,
B2K.
oh, could you be one of the last like boy groups that were like had the
In that
training?
urban
That's
world,
so
probably,
crazy.
yeah. Like it was like Jackson 5, New Edition, Mint Condition, B5, B2K, Mindless Behavior. Like it's like a whole new level.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know.
And what was it like going from like a whole team and a record label helping you to your own solo project? Was that difficult?
I loved it. I mean, I
Yeah.
love it now because when you're in a group, you know, you have 3 other people that may not want to do it the way you want to do it, or you have other people outside of the group that all have different visions. So it takes it takes much longer to make something happen because you have to
Yeah.
everybody's opinion. Now that it's just me and my own team at our club, it's very easy what I want. They listen to me, I listen to them, and it's, you know, it's my vision now, so they can't really say anything.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the boss, kind of.
And for the producers you're working with now, like are a lot of the people you're working with now like the music production and people that you met through the group, or how did you meet the people you're working with now?
Well, not the producers. The producers I met through my label. They're called Dirk and January. It's 2 dudes, and they've been helping me with my whole project. But there are some people that I met in the group that, you know, I have connections with, like my choreographers, a lot of stylists. Like, that's the one thing I'm happy I did in the group, was I was always building connections with people that I still talk to now that are helping me with my solo career.
Yeah.
You know, like David and just a bunch of different people that I met in the group.
Yeah.
I'm pretty lucky with that.
What's your inspiration for Perfect World?
Perfect World. I recorded the song a year ago. I've had the record for a year. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I've been living with it for a year. But the inspiration behind it is you technically falling in love with 2 people and not knowing what to do, but not lying about it. You telling both of the people, you know, I love both of you guys, and in a perfect world, I would, you know, we would all be in a beautiful relationship, but that's not how it is, and it's hard for me right now, and I know you guys know it's hard for me, but, you know, in a perfect world, everything would be right, and I feel like even the concept of the song doesn't even have to mean for love. I feel like a lot of people want to be rich, but they don't want to do the work. But in a perfect world, they can have all the money they want and not work a day in their life. Or
Yeah.
people want to have a 6-pack but don't want to eat right. You know, so in a perfect world, you could do it. So I wanted to make a record that everybody can relate to, and I know a lot of people have been in that situation where, you know, you've had 2 best friends and you don't know who to be with, or you don't know who you love more, you don't know, you know, so, but in a perfect world, we can just have all of it together, you know.
Are you planning to put out an EP or album this year? Or
I want to put out an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put out Perfect World first on May 14th and see how it does. And if it does better than I expect, then probably an album, but most likely an EP.
Yeah.
I want to like give the fans like a cool little project, something they'll like. Yeah.
And I was reading a previous interview, but did you have a blog called like Outsiders Inc. or something?
Yeah, I started.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I had this vision that I wanted to start like, I had this vision that I wanted to start like this blog called Outsiders Inc. And it was for people that were outsiders. Cause, you know, I was bullied in school and I wanted, you know, people to have like a little place where they can go and be cool at. And I started it, and I like made sweaters for my fans. And
Oh, wow.
It was pretty cool. I'm probably gonna bring it back when I go on tour, because a lot of fans have been asking for sweaters, and I'll get you one too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, awesome. Wait, how old were you when you started this blog?
I was 14.
Oh, wow.
was
But
very
do you
young.
still, has it been like you haven't been posting on it for a while?
I posted for about 2 years, and then I started working on my solo work, and I kind of just took a break from it. But now that I'm about to go back on tour and do everything, I want to bring it back and show fans like.
Damn, that's crazy, and the fans have stuck with you through.
They're always in my comments like, I still want my Outsiders Inc. sweater, and I'm like, it's been 5 years, guys.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna bring it back.
What kind of topics were you talking about on the blog?
It was everything. I was doing like vlogs every day on tour. I was doing like outfits of the day. I was fans would come to meet and greets and buy me buttons. So I made this one jacket that was just full of buttons from across the world, like 1,000 buttons. So So I was just posting things like that. I would talk to fans. They were able to email me, like if they had any questions or any problems with mental health, I was able to talk to them. It was pretty interactive with people. And not even fans, like even if you weren't a fan of me, you could still just go on the blog and, you know, ask for advice.
What gave you the inspiration to start a blog? I feel like you're the only artist I've interviewed that has a blog.
I mean, I love blogs growing up. And also, like, another funny story is when I was in 5th grade, MySpace was really big.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to charge people. I used to be like, how old are you in 5th grade? I think you're like 9 or something. I would charge people to like update their MySpace. I'm a pretty tech
so you did the skins? Is it called skins?
Yeah, I would do this. I would do the graphic design. I would change their mouse to a different name. I would put music. I would charge people. So I've always been into like websites and blogging. So
yeah,
I mean, I like it now.
What do you say is your inspiration now for your upcoming music or themes?
I mean, in terms of artists, I've been listening to a lot of like Usher and Chris Brown and Tank and, you know, Michael Jackson, of course. I mean, Michael Jackson's the GOAT. But the inspiration has just been like telling the truth. I feel like a lot of people kind of make music that's just for fun, but I want to just tell the truth through my music about love and relationships and drama. Just telling the truth, I guess. Yeah, R&B music. R&B with a little bit of Latin music in it.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm trying to make something different.
How else would you say your music has changed compared to the early songs you made?
Man, I mean, vocally I'm much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even from the group and even from like the little record, the little songs I did in the beginning of my solo career, I vocally, like I'm where I'm at singing, I'm the best right now, like for myself. But like just the topics, I mean, I'm pretty sure when you were like, how old are you?
25.
Okay, I'm pretty sure when you were 18 to 23, it's like you've gone through a bunch of different things. So I'm able to talk about a lot more. Like at 18, I don't know what I was gonna talk about. I haven't really experienced life. I was on tour my whole childhood. But now that I'm about to be 23, I'm like, I can kind of talk about love a little bit. I've experienced heartbreak, sadly.
Sad.
That is cool.
Yeah. How else would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
I mean, I've become a lot stronger. You know, when I was a kid, I was really naive to a lot of things, but now I'm an adult, so I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot conscious. I'm not as scared. I used to be so afraid to like sing in front of people.
Really? But you're performing with Janet Jackson.
I know, but you still get nervous. Okay, maybe not scared, but I used to just get overly nervous.
Oh yeah.
The minute
like
I would
butterflies.
overly nervous. Even as a kid, I would do it, but I would overthink, and I was very nervous. But now, I'm like, why overthink? Just do it. I'm there now. I'm very free now when it comes to just doing it.
Yeah.
So I've grown in that way. I'm happy about that.
Are you still doing like singing and dancing lessons, or are you already
every day? I had
it?
vocal lessons this morning.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I have.
I love that. So you feel like you're just gonna do that for your whole career.
Yeah.
You still are trying to learn.
Yeah. I feel like every artist, like, there's always room to grow, even if you're the best. So I'm always going to vocal lessons. I'm always in rehearsal. I'm always practicing with my dancing. I'm always, I'm always just trying to get better and better and better until I'm the best.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
What do you say have been the biggest challenges so far in your life?
The biggest challenge in my life? I think the biggest challenge in my life would probably be growing up very quickly.
Yeah, can't imagine.
You know, I basically moved outside of my house when I was like 10, 11 years old to join the group. So, and I'm an only child. It's just been me and my mom in LA.
Wow.
So even though I had a big family, it's just been me and my mom. So I had to grow up really fast and learn about sacrificing and learn about, just sacrificing all you have for your dreams at a very young age. At like 11 years old, you don't really know much about life. So that's probably been the most difficult, but it helps now. I'm able to, leave for months without getting homesick so easily.
Yeah.
I used to get homesick when I would just be gone for a day. And now I'm like, I'm good. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. What does love mean to you?
Love to me means, dang, that's a pretty good question. Let me think about that. I feel like love is forever, and I'll go into more in depth into that. I feel like when you love someone, even when they pass away, you still love them. The feelings are still there forever. And even when it comes to artists, I love artists that have been gone before I was even born, and I love their music, and I love what they stood for, like John Lennon and Michael Jackson and Charlie Chaplin, Andy Warhol, all these people that I look up to. I generally do love what they stood for, and I've never met them, but it's forever. They've been gone, but their art lives on forever. So I feel like love is forever to me.
I love that.
You know?
Last question, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for being one of the best entertainers in the world. Yeah. I've sacrificed my whole life, and I want to be I want to go down in the book as one of the best entertainers. He entertained the hell out of me. And to be a man of peace. Yeah. A man of peace, man. Really.
This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so excited. It's like you forget the camera's even here. You're in a conversation.
That's perfect.
I love it.
Bye, guys.